Hey y'all, Andy Tournay here, coming to you at the start of the holiday season. Well, maybe middle. And you know what holidays mean. Holidays mean road trips. They mean going and visiting your aunts, your cousins, your grandparents, or they're coming to visit you. Either way, it means lots of driving. And I don't know about you, but I have had this experience where I go into like a tiny rural town somewhere because I decided to take the back roads because freeway's packed. And you go into the store after getting gas and you're going to get a soda and hit the restroom. And literally, you walk in the door and everyone turns and looks at you. And it's because it's a tiny town. You know, there's no ill will or anything. They're just curious. You know, people don't come by as often as they do when you're right off the freeway. So everyone turns and looks at you. And I get very self-conscious about those things. So way back in the day, 1993, I'm in college and I am learning about African American history. And the professor busts out this knowledge about something called the Green Book. And see, I'm one of like 3 white kids in the class, and I'm looking around and everyone's nodding to each other. They know what the Green Book is. Me and the other 2 white kids, we have no clue. Turns out, if you were black in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, 60s, driving was a really hazardous thing to do. If you were black in that day and age, where do you stop to go to the restroom? Are you welcome? Is there a restroom for you? And if you stop in to ask to use the restroom, is that a dangerous act? Okay, but you gotta eat on the road. So you pack several meals, but that still doesn't stop you wanting a little bit extra food. Where are you gonna eat? So, where are you going to spend the night? Where are you going to refuel? These are all questions that you and I answer today without a second thought. But if you were black in the South, hell, even in the North, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, you turn to this guy to get you through. The Negro Motorist Green Book. It was essentially a guide for African Americans for safe places to go to the restroom, to get a meal, to refuel, to sleep for the night. Think about that. These are reproductions which were available on Amazon.com. They aren't the original, although they look like the original in appearance, and the contents inside are the same. And what struck me going through this is I live in Texas, and there's virtually nothing for Texas in here in the 1940 guide. Texas is huge. You are not going to hold it driving through Texas. There's just not very much in here. So if you're a black motorist, that has to be a terrifying prospect, especially if you're bringing your children on the trip with you. I found out recently that there is a coming documentary on the Green Book coming out next year. I don't mean the movie with Viggo Mortensen. That's Hollywood stuff. I'm talking real facts, real history coming out, and it's called the Green Book Chronicles. And I'm going to have the link, in the post or in the description for you. I'm not allowed on YouTube yet to put links in. But I really wanted to share this piece of history with you, because this was something that walking in those country stores and everyone looks at you. I felt like maybe I had the teeniest sliver of the feelings that you had as a black person behind the wheel of an automobile back in those days. This was kind of a gateway for me to put myself into the shoes of another, which is difficult to do. So, anyway, I am hoping you will consider visiting the page about the Green Book Chronicles and maybe even supporting them as they seek distribution for their film next year. Thank you very much. Happy holidays, y'all.